Hey, so today I'm going to be working on installing my front shocks, my front Fox shocks on a Chevy Express van. That's that behind me. So it's part of my Weldtec system. I'd gotten the back shocks, but I never installed the front ones because they're on back order. Then they came in and the weather was real nasty in Colorado, so I never got it done. So today I'm going to be working on installing those front ones. It shouldn't be too hard. I don't think I have to do anything special, but I'm going to show you how it's done and then tell you how it rides afterwards, I guess. But I'm going to show you here. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what it looks like right now. All right, so that's the van right there. I like the way it sits. It sits pretty high. Well, not pretty high, but pretty good with that 5-inch. This is a Weldtec 5-inch lift kit. Let me see if we can see it from a different angle here. But excuse the noise. There may be a little bit of noise in the background, but nothing I can do about that. But this is what it looks like. And let's look at the Fox shock system. So there it is right there. Let's see if we can zoom in. So that's the rear shocks right there. And on the other side is right there. So today, like I said, the task is to work on the front ones. And if we come over here, you can see that's the Fox system. They're still in the box. So I can open those up, see what it looks like. And that's the new shock right there. So I'm gonna pause the video here real quick. I gotta grab, I'll take the one off and just kind of show you side by side what they look like. All right, so there we go right there. That is the Fox shock next to the old shock. Looks like it's a little shorter. Yeah, just a little bit shorter than that other one. And it doesn't come with a tie down to compress the shock, you know, or anything like that. It just looks exactly like that out of the box. And there was a couple of stickers in there, you know, Fox, little booklet on that, but that was about it. So to take it out, I'm going to be using a, let's see, it's a 13mm socket. This is to remove the bolts at the bottom. And then I've got a adjustable wrench. I used that to hold the top of the shock up here while I was loosening with a 15mm wrench, the actual nut that holds the shock mount at the top. So that's all the tools that you need, and you don't have to jack it up or anything. I've got a lot of room because I've got the 5-inch lift kit here, so I don't have to really work around too much. So I put the adjustable wrench up there. I put this number 15 wrench right there, and I loosen that first. Then I go underneath and I loosen the bottom ones, and the shock just kind of comes out. Literally just falls out. So I'm going to try to put in the side that I took out already and see if that's any more difficult. So that's going to go up there. Got my little helper down here. Dante, what are you doing? So I went ahead and put these in. They're number 13 sockets. So I tightened those up. That goes in first. And then if you come up here, what I'm doing here is, this is like a number 19 right here, and I didn't have anything that big, so I'm just using an adjustable wrench right here to hold that in place. And this is a number 6 Allen wrench, I believe, and I'm holding that while I'm just cranking with that. It takes a long time, but it's working, so I'm gonna continue doing that. Okay, and that's the driver's side done, and just flap over it, and that's about it. So all in all, I'd say 5 minutes per side is what it takes to do this, and the shock is in. So I'm gonna go do the passenger side. If I encounter anything more interesting over there, I'll add to the video, but I think that should be it. All right, so the factory shock comes with this. for the top part, and it kind of stops the spindle of the rod of the shock from moving around in the perch. Sorry, it stops the spindle from moving around in the perch. But the new one does not come with such a feature. Show you what that looks like. So it just comes set up like this. This goes over the top, and then that goes on the bottom. So what you're looking at right now, this is that, and then the bottom one is underneath this perch. Okay, so I tried to put on this to the top of that, but it actually doesn't fit on there, so I just went ahead and used the one that they gave me. I don't know, I thought it would be nice to have that so it's not rattling in there, but honestly after tightening it, it doesn't rattle in there, so it's a good secure fit. So all right, so I'm working on the second side, on the passenger side here, and one thing I just thought about is maybe because I've got the 5-inch lift, I'm able to, so this is how this works, right? So that goes up there. So I'm able to drop this down to the ground like so and pull it out, but I also have a 5-inch lift. So if I didn't have a 5-inch lift, I think maybe this may have to be jacked up. So if you're having trouble with that, that's the only time you may need to actually jack the vehicle up. This is part of my 5-inch lift. This is the Weldtec spindle right here that you see. This black thing right here. So it's been working out great for me. I love it. So I got that out now, and I just have to work on putting the other one in. So I'm going to put it on this carpet so it doesn't get all marred up. But basically I'm going to remove that and remove this nut, remove this washer or whatever right here. Let's see. This will go to the top of the vehicle. This stays underneath. So the orientation is going to be, grab that, and I won't be able to do this with one hand, obviously, but it goes up. I aim for the hole in the top, up there somewhere. Actually, I'm gonna have to remove the perch that's still up there. If you can see where the shock is pointing to, right up there, there's that. I think that needs to come off. Okay, we're back at the top here, and this needs to come out. So does this, but I'll just push that down and it'll fall to the bottom, like that. Another thing I'm doing is that right here, I'm going to the top before I do the bottom. I'm just putting this on the top so it kind of holds it in place, and I can then fiddle with the bolts down there without worrying about it falling back out again. So just, I'm not tightening it, it's just on there, and I'm going to do the bottom first. All right, so that's the bottom part done. Got them cranked up, and I'm just, you don't crank them too tight, I don't think. I just returned them to the tightness that I thought they were when I removed them. So that's set up and that's good to go. Now I'm going to go do the top. Okay, so the job is complete. That's the old shocks, and this is the tools I ended up using. So just a wrench here with an extension. You don't need the extension, but it helps a little bit, I guess. A 13-inch socket, an adjustable wrench, a number 6 Allen wrench, and what was this, 13 or 15? 15 millimeter wrench. And that's all the tools that you need to get this done. And like I said, with mine, I didn't have to jack it up or anything, but I also have a 15-inch lift underneath here. So but overall, I say 5-10 minutes per side and you can get this knocked out. Okay, so I got my lift done on my van. There's an airplane going overhead, and I came out here to this little quarry here. I call it my proving grounds. It's just a construction area. But I've got the Weldtec 5-inch lift on this van, and like I was saying before, and I've been really impressed by it. I mean, I think it's a very good lift system. It's like 5 inches, blocks in the back, Fox shocks all around, front and back. And today I just got done installing the rear shocks, and oh, not the rear, but the front shocks, and it's working really good right now. So I just kind of drove it around here. It's a real kind of like a little bumpy area, so just to see how it would do, and I think it did pretty good. So I'm really impressed right now.